Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we're going to be going live. What are you going to do with acceleration? What do you want from elevation? And it's not choosing the highest over comfort. It's not allowing yourself to choose what makes you feel like it's simplistic, what makes you feel like it's easy. Sometimes you have to choose what pushes you past your limitations, what pushes you past your own tipping point, and allowing yourself to redesign your life here and now, and seeing and how you understand of what it means to really elevate, of what it means to really channel, of what it really means to want the most out of your reality, and see it's not about why you're manifesting, it's not about why you're generating the energy, it's not about why you want to do anything, but it's the fact that you're intending upon it. It's the fact that you're attracting it to yourself, and it's the very fact that it's reflecting to you and letting you know how to be honest with yourself and have a pristine understanding of what acknowledgement is, and just acknowledge something that you don't like and just change it in that moment and look at it and actually imbibe it and actually see if it's really serving you, see if it's really helping you elevate your energy, and see if it's going to help you grow and expand upon the present moment here and now. And just because there is a lot of confusion, or you feel isolated, or you feel alone, or you feel as if you're not thinking clearly, but understand that you're actually thinking more clearly than most people, and you're actually seeing past the deception of this illusion. You're seeing past what it tries to make you feel and think and reshape your reality, because then you're tapping into the metamorphosis of creation and becoming that shapeshifter and taking the form and the shape of anything that you want here and now. It's kind of like the understanding of like really just feeling the way that you want to feel, doing the things that you want to really do. And it's not putting up any limitations or barriers or even walls in front of what you really want to channel within this divinity, but just allowing yourself to do that here and now, and being the power, not trying to be the power or maybe wanting to be the power, but just here and now, activate it within yourself and transform and develop what you really are, and have this self-realization that nothing is in the way of you, only you can get in your own way. So the sky is the limit. There's so many options in the realm of infinite possibilities. A lot can happen and a lot can change. So understanding that a lot can change and a lot can happen, that means that it's already happened, it just hasn't happened yet. So understanding this is that you are a living, breathing vortex of source energy, meaning you can place your creation wherever you want to. You can paint your portrait in any way that you want to paint your portrait. It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter what is happening. But it means that you're channeling. It means that you are pulling the energy and the attraction towards you and allowing yourself to dissect and remove what does not need to be there, so that you're able to multiply upon the simultaneous nature that you are. And seeing that and being that and imbibing that will never change unless you choose to change with it. And it doesn't matter what goes on around you, but it's meaning that you can be peaceful and that you can be in resonance and be very fulfilled within that destiny that you want to attract to yourself, and see that you just become that character that you want to be. We're always playing a character, and we have to understand that. We're always assuming a position, a character, a person that we want to be all the time. So it's just choosing to be a different character. It's choosing to live a different life. It's choosing to live a different set of lines and experiences and actions. So when you make aligned actions, when you have that deep sense of intuitive nature come through you, through your channel, through your understanding, and really allowing yourself to just become that power on which you want to become in that moment. So in every moment, you have a decision to make. You have a choice to make, but you have a realization. And you have so much choices to make, and you have free will. So if you look at free will, we look at it always as we're gifted free will, and in a sense we are. But if you take out will, then you cannot be free. But then when you have the willingness, then you have freedom. And then that freedom is blended with the very fact that you're choosing to empower what you want to leave, what you want to go, what you want to do within your creation. So it's not about what you're doing or how you're doing it, but it's doing it in your most unapologetic, authentic way, and having that fire completely lit under you. The fire of passion, the fire of glory, and not being afraid to be a risk taker. A risk is only scared to take when you're at the precipice of taking it and you see that vision or you see that understanding of it being in front of you here and now. And then that's why it makes it scary. But it only makes it scary because something is being activated within you. But it's not a fear or an anxiousness, but it's kind of like butterflies within your stomach, kind of letting you know that you need to do this. But it kind of feels as if you're about to go on a water slide, and it's as if you're kind of like at the precipice. It's very tall. But then once you go down it, there's that thrill and that ecstasy and that bliss that's attached to what you want to do because you pushed yourself past your limitations, but also past a boundary of creation. And you're breaking through a threshold and having a breakdown that turns into a breakthrough. So what's powerful and what's beautiful about this message that I was just getting is that you don't have to be like manifestation or meditation or spirituality or enlightenment. You don't have to be a picture of enlightenment, but you just have to be your own person. Own the room, own yourself, have accountability, but also allow yourself to be confident enough to choose the best realization, the best reality, the best life. And my motto has always been to live, laugh, and love. And here recently, even though I've been going through a lot of integration in the dark night of the soul, what has dawned on me is that gratitude is appreciation. It's the appreciation of the initiations of creation. It means that you have the ability to create and to find distinction in what you want to create and generate and make appear. So the deception is that we are not an illusion, but we are an illusion of source energy. We are an illusion of creation. And to see ourselves as an illusion means we get to see ourselves as choosing to manipulate the energy around us. Not other people or places or things, but the energy that we're able to bend time, we're able to bend reality, we're able to really see that we're in the absence of time here and now. And that we're not based on a timetable, and we're not based on a period of time or a due date. A lot of us, when we're manifesting, that if you think you're going to get it right then and there, and you think it's going to happen automatically, that's when we can lose faith. That's when we can lose conviction and consecration. But then once we're able to be patient and able to wait it out, but also wait for the right opportunity to seize the moment. Seizing the moment and living in the moment is being present and not living in a reminiscence of the moment. So it's just kind of seizing the opportunity courageously and trusting your talents in changing times. And the ability to do that is to see yourself. And if you already have the vision, if you already have it placed there, if you already have the feelings and emotions, but also the set of actions that apply to your thought process and also your belief systems as well, but also it could be the way that you're handling money as well. So it's all across the board. That's why I'm presenting it in that way. And there will be healing energy with Sophia codes and the Divine Feminine very strongly, because I was feeling very strongly that the Divine Feminine allows us to receive better and be vulnerable and be more open to the wisdom that presents itself to us. So there is no really a right or wrong way to manifest, to attract things in your life, but it's all about doing the things that really matter to you. What matters to you? If it matters so much, then there's dedication there, then there's a receptivity, then there's a reason to be, and then because we want to do things in life because we want to feel useful. Because a lot of men, but also a lot of women, when we're not doing something, we do feel a little bit useless, but meditation tells us to do stuff, and kind of do it non-physically. But now what you're doing is doing stuff non-physically, but also physically. So you're blending the subconscious and the conscious and the unconscious and making it fully aligned. That's what people don't get about manifestation and really a deep sense of connection, meaning that your unconscious state and your subconscious state, because most of us block out our subconscious completely, and that's why we have a hard time meditating or connecting or having visuals within spirit. So that's why we have a hard time doing that, is because we are not choosing to swim against the current. Because so what if the current or the water feels a little rough, or it feels like the uncharted waters that we're being placed into seems very quick? and it seems very accelerated. And sometimes acceleration doesn't necessarily mean in 20 minutes, but it could mean in 6 months to a year. So sometimes acceleration looks like many different things, many different extensions of energy, but also different ways of discernment, different ways of connection. So understanding that, and for a while I wasn't doing this live because there was so much noise, but at any rate, the energy is still the same. And just because there's things going on within our reality doesn't mean that I have to stop doing what I'm doing in order to not really do my work. But it just means that you just do it. And just because the world is hateful or chaotic or crazy or unaligned doesn't mean that we have to tap into the unaligned source. But it means that you stand out among the rest and you stay consecrated within what you want to channel within yourself. It means that you don't sway, you don't lean this way, you don't lean that way, but you continue to do it no matter what. Because you know if you don't do it, then that's when you can spin out and revert back to old patterns. So we're changing the patterns that we're existing in, we're changing the thought forms and the emotions, but also the sets of actions that lie in the past of disassociation. So we're disassociating ourselves with perceptions, with feelings, with emotions, with thoughts, with ways of being. And understanding that is nobody is in your way. Nobody's holding you back. So the world isn't even holding us back. Sometimes it's just ourselves. And then that's when we need accountability within ourselves to kind of get our shit together, in a sense. Or align the inner child and start imagining and dreaming again and wanting more out of life and seeing that it can change very much for you in a very fast-paced way. And you can just kind of give an amplification and up the volume just a little bit. It's kind of like as if you just crank it up just a little bit. And sometimes it's not even meditating in the morning. If it's just finding a little bit of time just to meditate. And if you meditate for 5 hours, good for you, but don't you want to get there in 10 minutes? Don't you want to get there in 15 minutes? So acceleration is not, not giving yourself enough time to meditate, but it's making your meditations more purified and profound and making your visualizations about what you want to manifest and the visions and the creation that you want to do more vivid and more alive. So there's so many things outside of our control. There are so many things outside of our control. You're not going to control everything. You're not going to control your wife. You're not going to control your boyfriends. You're not going to control everything. So let that go. Let it go. And that's one thing I've been focusing on when I'm meditating is just letting go of other stuff that I can't control, that I don't have a real understanding or I'm not equipped to really control it. Because at the end of the day, I am an omnipresent being, but there are just things out of control, and the divine doesn't want us to be controlling and manipulative and too forceful with our energy. They'd want us to kind of relax and allow, but also make aligned actions and make choices and decisions, but also immerse ourselves and be of service and be generous in any way that we can give. So if you're giving your time to meditation, if you're giving your time to service, if you're just giving your time like I'm doing, a lot of people just think I sit on here and do these lives and I look like a dingus because I have a job on social media, but it is my job and it is my life, and some of you are hearing this right now and being touched by it. That's the point. It's the intention that you have with everything. And it's just not choosing something that is an everyday occurrence or normal or comfortable in order to compensate for something that we've been doing for thousands and thousands of years. So now, since we've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, now we're changing the tide, the current, the wave, and we're coming in and we're able to really part the uncharted waters and make the seas a little more calm. Now within that analogy, we're able to part the water and move it out of the way, and we're able to calm it down. Sometimes it's calming yourself down. Sometimes it's just relaxing for a second, and you see through the distortion of this world or the deception of this world. You see through all the craziness. And you just express yourself in any way that you want to. And yeah, will people get offended? Yeah, will you lose some friends? Yeah, will you lose some family members? Yeah, you'll lose so much, but you're losing all the things that are making you make unnecessary sacrifices. Think about that. It could be conforming to a job. It could be, worrying about spending money. And still, I sometimes still do this. So I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but it's about letting go of the anxiety and worry and the thoughts of making it everybody else's problem when it's not a problem at all. It's absolutely not a problem. It just means that you're growing and changing and shifting into the person that you're supposed to become. And you're aligning to that direction of how Source is moving you and blasting you through the rocket. And sometimes acceleration does make you a little bit fucking crazy. Acceleration makes you crazy because you're not, ready for it. But the very things that you're going to love and enjoy and experience in your life are going to be the things that you're not ready for. And sometimes when you're not ready for it and it surprises you and it kind of scares the shit out of you, that's usually when the manifestations are really working. And it's always happened in my life, and it's always happened whenever I'm creating, whenever I'm generating within my life, is that sometimes things happen unexpectedly and it's a surprise and it's almost like a jolt. And it jolts you because you're not ready for it. It's kind of like a jump scare of creation. I never used that term before, but jump scare of creation. But it doesn't mean that it's scaring you in a bad way, but it means it's scaring you and kind of getting you to kind of wake up. It's kind of snapping you awake like that. So sometimes it's kind of like God works in mysterious ways, and sometimes God can kind of just make you a little bit unnerved. Sometimes God can make you a little bit unnerved. Sometimes God can play games, but you have to learn how to play the games of God and be bold and courageous enough to change reality as a whole. And yeah, there's some guy mowing the grass, so what, it's noisy, who gives a shit, right? However you want to live your life, just don't give a shit anymore. Don't give a shit about how it looks for people, how it looks for anybody else in society, but we're here to live our own lives because we have been gifted a brand new life. It means you've been gifted a brand new life, so use it, and if the doors of heaven are laid at your feet, and if you have the whole world laid at your feet, what are you going to do with it, right? So, if you have the doors of heaven laid at your feet, if you have the whole world laid at your feet, just walk up the ladder. Just walk up the stairs. Climb the ladder or walk up the stairs. You can do both. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't even matter. But the point is that it's not about what you want to manifest, how you want to manifest it. Rather, it's a relationship. Rather, it's being on a game show. Rather, it's wanting to manifest better, but also meditate better. Whatever it may be, just do it to the best of your ability and do it in the way that you know how, and how the obedience comes from Spirit. So it's kind of the understanding that there's a lot of people that think that there's a right or wrong way about manifestation or spirituality or meditation. And when we get into that, we're really getting into the religious side of the spiritual community that really needs to stop. And I tell all of my clients, I don't care if you use Oracle, I don't care if you use Tarot, I don't care if you use anything that God is allowing you to become, use it to the best of your ability. Allow God to move through you in the way that you move through. Just because I say something and you don't resonate with it, doesn't mean that we're right or wrong, but it means that we're actually listening to truth and we're actually listening to the Spirit. If we're just hearing another's truth, but sometimes we can also look at the intent of another's truth and kind of see where they're coming from, even if we don't understand it. But God moves in so many ways, and some of you are more gifted than me. Some of you don't do healing energy or psychic abilities. Some of you are manifesting machines, and you guys manifest things out of thin air. You guys make appearances. You guys are able to travel within space and time. So some of you can be bilocating. Can I do that? Not necessarily. I do healing energies and meditations and psychic readings, but I just do what God has anointed me and appointed me to do, right? So do what God has empowered you and anointed you and has shown you, and how you have walked with the Spirit and emulated the Spirit, and eat the fruits of the Spirit. Allow Spirit to walk with you, and you have a waltz with the Creator, and just do it in your own way. Have fun with it, and be edgy and be rebellious towards how the illusion wants you to live and manifest and create and generate. Because if we're not rebellious towards that, then we are conforming, then we are limiting ourselves, but also we're not respecting our alignment and how we feel. And it's learning to really trust yourself. And even when it's scary, even when it shows you that you shouldn't do that thing, but then you do it. And it's sometimes making that decision that you know you've been needing to make and then doing it. It's knowing that you haven't meditated in a week and you need to sit your ass down and meditate. Does that make sense? So you've been putting meditation off for a week, and then you sit down and you meditate and you feel so much better, and you probably should have just done it. That's how Source works. And when we put things off, it never makes it better. Don't put stuff off. Just keep going. Keep pursuing. Keep processing. And keep having realization within yourself. Keep processing. Keep developing. Keep growing. No matter how it looks like. And just live with that fire. Live with that desire. Live with that realization. If you need to have a good cry, just have a good cry. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. But we are becoming perfection, whether we like it or not. We're going to do some healing energy. So I'm going to be going live around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern doing readings, healings, activations, but we're going to do some healing energy tonight. And we're going to have the goddess Sophia and the Sophia codes be downloaded within our causal chakra. And we're going to really tap into the divine feminine. And book private sessions with me. I have a private session special for $50 for an hour and 30 minutes for $100, and $150 for 2 hours. So we're going to connect with the goddess Sophia, and we're going to download the Sophia codes and use the Kundalini energy and the Black Panther energy for purification, removing blockages, downloading a new sets of thought forms and experiences and manifestations, and allowing ourselves to really renew our heart signature with 3 different auras: the violet flame, the magenta, and the white gold. And also we're going to receive healing from the Apostle Paul, and he's going to help us ground deep within Middle Mother Gaia Earth, grounding all of our chakras. And Jesus is going to activate our galactic chakras. Mary Magdalene is cleansing the throat. And Jesus is helping us heal the ears. And if any illnesses, any ailments, broken bones, allow them to be healed as well. And we're going to heal past lifetimes where we were in poverty, where we were lacking of something, where we did not have a lot of money. And we're also going to access our omnipresent nature, meaning we're going to connect with bilocating, being simultaneous, accessing the parallel timelines, accessing the experiences that allow us to have self-realization. Become a living, breathing vortex of electromagnetic kinetic source energy. And just have a fire that burns within you of passion, of glory, of existence. But have the fluidity of water. Have the discernment of being 1 billion years old, which you probably are. And just feel into this healing energy as it is being received within you. And just activate the third eye as well. Activate your meditative state. But activating telepathy. And we're going to access the hidden realms, the angelic realms, and we're also going to connect with the Galactic Federation of Light. Ashgar Command, and frequency codes and downloads coming from the 12th dimension as well. The Black Dragon from Saturn and the Alpha Dragon helping us balance the light and dark energies. And also, we're going to allow ourselves to accept ourselves and tap into the higher self's wisdom. And tap into something very deep, something sacred within yourself. But be yourself unapologetically. Be yourself authentically. And just be raw to the core, because you know that it's going to help you grow and initiate different states of consciousness. And we're going to have Merlin. He's going to have light codes come out of his staff to tap into alchemy, to tap into our psychic abilities deeper as well. So frequency codes and downloads coming from Merlin, and learning the language of light, learning light language as well. And we're going to ascend to 20,000 levels. Living inside of what you manifest and appear and generate within the illusion. And we're having an African shaman help us tap into the abilities of being a shapeshifter. Shapeshifting and morphing into anything that we want to exist upon. And manifest only the things that you want to love and generate within your life. It's not about why you're manifesting or what you're manifesting or what you're generating within your existence, but it's the ability to channel the divinity whenever it's presently known and understood and aligned, and recalibrate the energy that is there. Recalibrate who you are. Understand the existence that you are. And only do that which blesses you, and choose to be the manifestation, always. Archangels of love and light who swim to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, grounding. And the Enochian angels are coming in and stepping through, helping us become absolute in our nature. Helping us to connect deeper and deeper and deeper into the oneness that we are. and be able to manipulate the energy around us in a purified sense, to not take on empathically what the world is trying to offer us, but only take the offering of the divine, only how the divine moves you, and having that obedience and that firm faith within the divine and how it molds you and moves you in any way that you want to become. And just feel into that newfound sense of enlightenment, of demonstration, of love. And just forever be changed. Forever be changed. And live the life by your own design. Live, laugh, and love. Don't wait to live your best life now. Don't wait to have the best relationship ever. Don't wait to have the greatest grand prosperity here and now. Don't allow the vision to walk away from you. Allow yourself to walk inside of the vision that you want to be. And just be that which you want to become. So everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And when I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. And so it is. So, thank you guys for receiving this live and connecting with me. And also, if you were blessed by that healing energy, thank you for receiving. And also book private sessions with me. I have a 1-hour session for $50, 130 minutes for $100, $150 for 2 hours. So if you're coming into the live feed, feel free to let me know in the comment section if you were blessed by that healing. But also, just don't wait to be yourselves. Don't wait to be the highest timeline or experience or what you want to manifest and meditate upon. Don't wait before it's too late to do the things that you love. And just have fun. Have fun in the way that you can have fun. You know, and I think that's what we forget as light workers and seeking and alignment. We forget to have fun. We forget to play. We forget to exist. And we forget to really just be ourselves. We just forget to do that sometimes. So play, have fun, be fucking awesome in your own way. And that's all you have to do. So thank you guys so much. It was an honor and a pleasure to service you in any way that I can. Also book private sessions. This is White Wolf. You can find this on whitewolftheoracle, YouTube, Facebook, and you can find me on my TikTok. Email me and text me for private sessions. Thanks, guys.